Welcome to this screencast on configuring the Jive managed source. Jive's a platform which powers customer communities and social collaboration in organizations. The DataSift platform can filter and augment the Jive activities from a Jive community. Let's start by going to the Managed Sources page in the DataSift web application and add a new instance of Jive. You can have multiple instances of Jive sources, so the first field is any name I want to identify this instance. I already have a tab open where I'm logged into my Jive account. I'll go there to find the correct host name, and I can paste that in for a host. Then I just need my username and password and click Save. Now if I go to my Managed Sources, I can see my new instance of a Jive managed source called Screencast. If I click on the new Jive instance, I see a summary of attributes for this source, including a unique source ID. If I scroll to the bottom of this page and click on the How to Use tab, I can see two CSDL examples to use this managed source, either by the unique source ID, or I could match all interactions of type Jive. I'll copy the source ID and we'll make a new filter. I'll go back to my streams and create a new stream. In here I can use the source ID which I copied, and I'll add another condition. To see all the Jive targets you can use in conditions, have a look at the developer documentation. That's all I want in my filter, so I'll hit Save and Close, and Live Preview, and Play. I won't get any interactions yet because I haven't started the Managed Source. So I'll open a new tab to my Managed Sources, and I'll click Start. When you start a managed source, you usually get a burst of historical interactions through, and then they continue in real time. Let's go back to the live preview. You can see I already have two interactions. Let's create some activity on my Jive site, and we'll see it capturing that information in real time. I'll create a new discussion and call it Project Sword, and click Post. Now if I go back to the live preview, the interactions have arrived in my preview, so let's take a look at some of the attributes and match them up to the Jive page. I'll skip past the augmentations for the Jive source. We can see here the type is Jive discussion, and if I expand actor, it shows you the details of the entity that created this discussion. In this case it's a person. Then if we look at object, you can see the discussion object is called Project Sword, and in summary you can see the contents I wrote as the discussion text, and it's a question and is still open. And if we look at provider, you can see some of the details of the managed source. We've got the URL of our Jive, and that it's a Jive instance. I'll close provider. You can see the title is Project Sword, and we have a URL for this thread as well. Let me open this in a new tab. You can see the URL takes us straight to this discussion question. Back in the preview, I'll scroll down a little further, and you can see this is open and there are no replies to it yet. I'll resume the preview and I'll make a comment on the discussion. I'll hit reply and add an answer and click Add Reply. If I go back to my preview, you can see the new interaction has arrived. Let's go to the debug and scroll down to Jive. You can see now we have a concept of a parent and a parent actor. Let's look at those. You can see we've got Jive reply as the verb. Here's my original discussion question. If I open parent actor, you can see it has information about the entity that created the parent object, in this case the person. And now our reply count has gone up to 1. I hope that's helped you understand Jive. Remember to look in the documentation to see all the possible Jive targets.